So that means it is said to be, and I would really usually play, and I would really play these enjoyed to create it digitally that are combined for mass media, mass productions for the post of every social media to read for the top, and really have invested to something after the production contribution for work for the personal. And I introduce James myself, and I'll have to make this for artwork sections that they have made for the James Media Multi-King Studio users. Sometimes I happen to really enjoy, so I would carry the entire computer system, my computer file still, had to saving up my old laptop to carry as well. And I wish that I need to get the new PC, the new computers, and new everything stuff. And then I'll have to decide to, and I will have to gonna make this art and animation, and video makers, filmmakers, and everything all stuff. So I decided to hire for 350 people. Yeah, 350 plus people. So does include the Scott host and the entire lines up groups, which means that 60 people, like 70 plus people from Multi-King Studio does have a formerly members that I could remember, that Michael, Ronnie Smith, Robert Prince, Mike, John, Kevin Blackman, and then the others, many members that classic lines up groups for colleges, studies, personal work, personal jobs, and the personal work from the studios, and I would barely even remember. So I have been I played for Rapture Call of the Shadow to the demos a few times, and then for a full version also it takes much longer. And I can't believe that I wish it have to beat the promises when it becomes famous. The gaming platforms, the gaming stuff with that. So with that means I meant that I have to need some big budgets to cost like $100 million US dollars. Maybe I wish I need $30 million US dollar. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to that. I wish I needed the big dreams to come true. So I would have the consultations with the other friends, the other following friends. So we have the bands, many to some among for the artworks have a 3D models, and I did the character creation before. I did the character creation, the 3D models that rendering programs that make me helpful, and then Blender 3D. But I don't know how they created the 3D models. And then what's on the 3D program here is the Metasigma, yeah, the Japanese 3D rendered models program. So that's what I did the 3D models a little bit short time. So with that it means and I have to create digitally, and I have to create the entire the creation of a James Media Multi-King Studio universe. So all this kind of many titles that they had. I remember those the games that are based on it. So I have to make this. As these I have the commercial platforms. The platforms here, such as have the short animation videos, indie feature films, animation films, stories, graphical art books, games, and many materialize as something else, the many promotional. So I have this wonder Scott hosted a promotional that I would have to make this make to build this for the profits to make the creative to build these many games titles, many animation videos, the titles that for this platform, the social media, the logos. So that's the offer that's what offers of a way to be, and I'll have to gotta build the. And I have to been sort of built the James Media Mountain King Studio Universe, the social media. These are many have the social media platforms, include Discord server. So that means that right is her way to be, and I'll have to support it for the Raptor Co-op Shadows. I have to sort of support it for the Scott host, and he does this. He needs some funds, he needs some money, he needs some budgets for the running as to help to build the Raptor Co-op Shadows as home. And afterward though, I just started to, this year until the next year, I'll have to decide to go outside from this indie studio here. So that means that I halfway to overbeen running for the full-time running to the programs and the system. So I just ran on to real jobs and pay some of the bills, and I get to the running for the big budget to get this big money, and in order to make these biggest project on James Media Mountain King Studio. So I just have to outside from an in-house studios. I ran on to the real jobs, so and to get to the better life, and to get some better to good things away, to the good decision after the real jobs, and to get some pays on the bills, and it's the dues for the jobs, and they have to live. So that's either after the imagination to be for the biggest way for the independence of film animations for the universe. That's what I have to the big dreams come true. That might be the have to. I'll have to contact as nicely to speaking to them, and because I have upside that Swedish guy, and who did the music soundtrack on Mountain King games, on the Galactic for Windows, Demon Star Secret Mission 1, and Asteroid 3 shooting stuff. And then, so I have a lot of conversations following friends. I have a lot of conversations of relative friends, close friends, to nicely to talk to. And I've been just saving up the files of the computer system to keep there alive. And I have to put this shelf the disturbing it the market on digital downloads. If other people visit the website, comes to our website and selling it online market, online stores that's selling it to offer the digital download, and then for the physical copies on it. And I can't believe that I wish I have to need some of the big budgets for the running with the Mountain King Studios. Need some big teams, small teams. What did I say? Small team, medium team, large teams, lines up groups, teams, and all that, and everyone else have to need something have to production support and development, artists and animation. So so now before I have the next year, and I'll have to decide to halfway to outside from an indie studio to get real jobs, and